So I guess this day had to come, given the success of the program, right? The 6 and 20 program I have with investors, given the ability to find and secure opportunities either through the MLS or through a wide range of very creative and powerful wholesalers. It was bound to create a bottleneck, and it was probably one that if I sort of sat back and planned for, it would have been more obvious. But it's certainly the capacity to flip or leverage contractors to flip properties today. So thought I would just address that up front and sort of share that with you and move through them. So as always, we go through the goals. So sort of review where I am today. We'll talk about what I need to get done here this month, and then talk about the goals. So, I have a team in place today that has the capacity to do a solid flip a month. And to be clear, these are flips that, require a fair amount of work, right? It's not just the standard paint, carpet, hardwood floor, something of that nature. It's the full-on remodels, right? It's the remodels that can take 4 to 6 weeks. They have the capacity to do one of these at a time. And, in this market, in this seller's market, the opportunities to profit typically are in the heavier remodels. Maybe not like 3 years ago before the seller market took off, where you could just go in, paint, carpet, maybe granite or something, and you were done. That's just not where we are today. So if I'm going to keep finding opportunities that require a bunch of work, it's going to be a problem at holding perhaps vacant properties going forward. So that's not ideal. Have plenty of access to capital. Have proven to do somewhere between 2 and 4 a month. Have investors that have already allocated capital to do more at this point. So it's not a capital problem. Always could have more, obviously, but I have several investors sitting there that I've yet to put their money to work. Have the ability to find. I think it's been proven, at least for the last 6 months, that I can find 2 to 3 solid flips a month. So, given the above, if I can find 2 or 3, I can fund 2 to 4, but I only have capacity to flip 1 a month. It's pretty glaring what I need to go out and address. So I need to find a contracting team that can take on a full project, at least 1 a month. That would be tremendous. I need to implement and manage additional checks and balances across multiple teams. The team that I've been working with now, we've known for 12 or 15 years, and we sort of get it. And that's something I need to build up with a new team. And having had experiences doing this before, it's hard, right? It's hard to find a team you click with. There's so many ways that you can be cheated out of money and proceeds and risks. It's just hard work. So I'm already reaching out to people I know in the network. They're making referrals. It's interesting. Flippers in that market are not likely to pass on their contacts because they obviously want or need them. But we need to, I need to do what I can, and started making requests and already have reached out to 5 or 6 individuals to see who's ready to pick up some work. Obviously need to, eventually I'm going to have to pick a team and give it a shot. I'm going to have to manage it closely and probably overmanage it in the beginning, just so we can make sure that I feel comfortable with them going forward. So, I need to find a team. I need to sift through these 6 to 8 recommendations I have already from this morning. I need to find one of them I want to give this initial project to. I actually have a house I'm closing on later this month that I would love to give this new team work. I think it needs to be clear that I'm not looking for the cheapest team, right? I'm willing to build in a fair remodel cost, and it doesn't have to be the cheapest. What's far more important is holding to whatever budget we agree to, and the timeline, right? Because those two things are far more important than cheap, right? If you tell me it's 22, and it comes in at 21.9, or somebody who told me he was 18 and came in at 20, right? I can budget for either one, right? In the numbers before I agree to buy it, but I can't have negative surprises. And then timeline, right? I can't go to a team that sort of treats me as a second-class citizen and says, hey, I can get this done in 6 weeks, and suddenly it takes 9 weeks, right? That's not going to be helpful. The big thing is we can't have surprises, right? Over communication, stuff happens. I get it. I've been playing with real estate for a long time, so I know what happens once you sort of tear down the walls or you get behind things, what could be there. And then we need to set up, talk regularly, probably daily or at least every other day. We'll need to have a point person on my Fresno team sort of check in sporadically to see what's going on. These are all the things that we need to do with this initial project, because ideally I would like to end this either by saying, nope, sorry, not going to work with you anymore, just didn't work out, or congratulations, right? Let's agree to do a project a month, and I'll start feeding you opportunities. So constantly checking on quality budget time. So in the end, if you happen to be a contractor out in Fresno or have a friend or family member who is one you think would like to be a part of this, please reach out. Otherwise, know if you're interested in the investor program, I am adding capacity to do more work. Know that contractors, for anyone getting into the flipping business, is probably, unless you are a contractor, probably your bottleneck. So just realize that as success builds, you will eventually find new bottlenecks. So it's not cash, not deals, but it's actually bandwidth to process work. So in the end, do me a favor, hit the like button if you happen to see this. Go ahead and leave a comment below if you have a recommendation. I think we're up to 104 subscribers now. So when you see this, make sure you hit the subscribe button, share this with your contractor friends, and maybe we can find someone to work with. Thanks.